Alright guys, so we're here for Wednesday's video workout or at-home workout, and again we have a 45-minute clock. So this time from 0 to 8 you're going to be doing a warm-up. You got a little bit of a rest. From 10 to 20 I kind of snuck it in here, 30 Turkish get-ups. Then 20 to 24 minutes you'll be able to set up and prep for your workout, get anything out you need. We'll be doing our 16-minute AMRAP from the 24-minute mark to the 40-minute mark, followed again by a little stretch or cool down there at the end. So let's go over the warm-up. Again, it's 8-minute AMRAP, and we have David over here to demonstrate some of the warm-up movements. Movement number 1 is going to be an empty hand windmill, all right? And you're going to do 6 of these on each arm. So remember, when we're doing these windmills, we're working on rotating around your arm. Your arm is the axis on which you rotate. And at the bottom, you should feel like you are trying to do a kettlebell armbar, getting all the muscles behind your shoulder blade nice and tight. And as always, we want to be looking up at your hand when you're doing those windmills. Next, we have inchworms. You guys should be familiar with these. And yes, you do have to do the push-up. Even if you're at home and nobody's watching, you're going to do a push-up and walk your hands back to your feet. If you want to, you can stand up in between each one, but you don't have to. You can just walk yourself back out. And for me, I like to just spend a couple seconds stretching my hamstrings out there too. After those inchworms, we have 5 and 5 walking lunges. So it's just 5 on each leg, but alternating legs. So it's 10 steps total. So for the lunges, I know you guys all know what those look like. Touch your knee to the ground. Keep your foot flat, your front foot flat on the ground. And you notice here, he's doing reverse lunges, so if you don't have very much space where you're doing the workout, reverse lunges are fine. And then finally, we have our empty hand Turkish get-ups. And what I want you to do here with these is just prep your body for the 30 that you're going to be doing here in just a couple minutes. So for the empty hand Turkish get-up, obviously you're not using weight, you're just going to run through the movement, trying to hit every single step in order and as precisely as you can. So remember, when we're dropping back down to the ground, we want to work on that rotation. You want to make sure you're dropping your elbow before you lay all the way back onto the ground, and just be really smooth about it. All right, so after you get 2 and 2, so 2 on each hand, then you just start over. We're going to continue that for the full 8 minutes. Just get as many rounds as you can, probably just a couple, and that's fine. At the 8-minute mark, you can stop and rest. You probably want to get your odd objects, in quotes, out that you're going to use for your 30 Turkish get-ups. So those 30 Turkish get-ups, preferably we would alternate hands every single rep, but if it's too odd of an object, it might be a little bit inconvenient. So if you can't alternate every time, that's fine. But I would like you to maybe just do 5 and 5 and switch instead of doing 15 and 15. So what we have over here is our odd object. David has a paint can. I don't know exactly how much it weighs when it's full, but it's probably 10 or 15 pounds, something like that. All right, so you can still go through the movement with the odd object. It's going to take a little bit more balance. It's going to be a little trickier than your normal weight, and that's okay. That's part of the challenge of the movement, is mixing it up a little bit and trying to work yourself around the object that you're using. Now, obviously, if you have a kettlebell or if you have some dumbbells or some weight plates and would like to use that, that would make it a little bit easier. But if you need to, you can get creative. You can go outside, find a heavy rock, anything that you can use that's going to make these 30 Turkish get-ups a little bit more challenging than if you're using no weight at all. All right? So, if you notice on here, it's a 10 to 20 minute window. At the 20-minute mark, I do want you to cut yourself off if you have not finished those 30 Turkish get-ups. And from 20 to 24, I want you to just rest and get set up for our 16-minute AMRAP. So for the AMRAP, we have double push-up burpees, weighted step-ups, and a side plank. So I'm going to have Amber here demonstrate what these movements look like. So for our 8 double push-up burpees, you're going to drop down to your burpee. She's going to do a push-up, and then another push-up, and then jump up. All right, so let's see that again. Drop down, push up, and jump. Now, ideally, those are going to be good, strict push-ups. But if you do need to scale it, you can do like that burpee-style push-up, where your hips sag down to the ground, it'll be a little bit quicker that way. You'll probably end up doing that anyway, even if you're trying to do them strict. So that's our double push-up burpee. Next, we have the weighted step-ups at 16. So that is going to be 8 per leg, and I'm going to have you alternate legs. And hopefully, you can just use the same weight that you use for your Turkish get-ups to do your step-up. So for this, you can use a bench, you can use a chair. If you have a half wall outside, you can use that. Really just find anything that is below your waist, preferably, to step up onto. And just as when we do them in class, I want you to stand all the way up, get both feet on whatever object you're on, and then step back down. If you're using something like a chair or a stool, be very, very careful not to tip it over. You don't want to be in a hurry with that. You don't need to get hurt trying to work out at home. And then finally, we have our side plank. All right, so it's something we do in class quite often. She's just on her forearm here. Her shoulder is stacked right on top of her elbow, so I don't want your elbow out in front of your shoulder, right? It becomes a little awkward. Just make sure everything's stacked. Your offhand should not be really touching your body anywhere. So you notice she's holding it up. That's what I would have you guys do for stride. If you do need to scale it, you can put your hand on top of your fist to kind of give yourself a little break. Or if you want to bring one of your top foot down onto the ground, you can take a little bit of weight off that way. But you're going to go 30 seconds on one side, 30 seconds on the other side for a total of 1 minute. All right? And then after your 16-minute AMRAP is up, we have a little cool down and stretch time of 5 minutes. I do want you to put some time into that. Again, we have the scoreboard up on WOD Hopper so you can put your scores in. I look forward to seeing what everybody gets. Have fun, guys.